Paddington and the Christmas Visitor. It was Paddington's first Christmas Eve with the Browns. Jonathan was showing him how to decorate the Christmas tree and telling him all about Santa Claus. He wears a big red coat, has a fluffy beard, and if you've been good, he brings you lots of presents, Jonathan said. But if you have been naughty, called Paddington, looking worried. That night, Paddington tossed and turned. He had not meant to drop Judy's phone in the bath or cover Mr. Brown in cranberry sauce or icing sugar. And then there was the dreadful business with Mrs. Bird and the marmalade. "No, please don't put me on your naughty list," he cried out of his sleep. Suddenly, on the roof above there was a thud. "Santa Claus!" cried Paddington, sitting upright. Paddington knew that if he just explained things, Santa would understand. So he hurried over the window and flung it open. There was a loud thwack. Oh, Paddington found the man on the roof rubbing his head. "I'm terribly sorry," he said, "but are you Santa Claus?" "Ouch," said the man. He did not look exactly like the pictures Paddington had seen, but he did have a red coat, a fluffy beard, and a big bag of presents. Paddington recognized the name on one of the presents. "Oh, this is for my friend, Alice, at number 72, he said. "She will love it. Come on, Mr. Claus. I will show you the way." And he took the man's hand. Said the man as he rubbed his head again. Paddington led him across the rooftops to Alice's house. "Is it hard finding somewhere to park your sleigh in London?" he asked. "Huh?" said the man. He was feeling a bit confused. In the sack, Paddington also found presents for Alice's mother, father, Auntie Kate, and Pet Guinea Pig and Emperor Nibbles. "They're going to be so happy," he said, and he laid all the presents out under the Christmas tree. "Hang on a minute," cried the man. "You're quite right," said Paddington. "It would be rude to live without eating these delicious mince pies." Together, they delivered presents to every house in Windsor Gardens. Then, when they finished, they were so full of mince pies they could hardly walk. "How are we going to get home?" said Paddington. Said the man through a particularly tasty mouthful of mince pie. He was starting to enjoy himself. Then Paddington spotted something through the window. "Let's take a sleigh!" Paddington cried, and he went scrambling up the train pipe. "Frrrr," said the man. He swallowed the mince pie hastily and clambered after the small bear. "Sleigh!" he exclaimed. Paddington was just making himself comfortable when the sleigh started to slip. "No!" yelled the man. He jumped in next to the Paddington and tried to stop it sliding off the roof, but it was too late. "Here we go!" said Paddington. "Ah!" said the man. He shut his eyes and waited for the crash. But when he opened his eyes again, they were flying. Paddington's new friend was so relieved he burst out laughing. "Ho, ho, ho!" Then the truck made a sudden stop, sending them flying off into a big soft snowdrift. "That was fun!" exclaimed Paddington. "Thank you, Mr. Claus." "It was magical," said the man, and he realized to his surprise that he really meant it. "Look, Mr. Claus," said Paddington, "we're just in time for the best bit." Through the window they watched Alice unwrap her Christmas present, and as she danced with delight, a great big tear rolled down the man's cheek. "Don't cry," said Paddington. "Oh, I almost forgot. Merry Christmas, Mr. Claus." He took off his hat and reached inside. "Here," he said, bringing out a marmalade sandwich. But that just made his friend cry even more. "Don't you like marmalade sandwiches?" asked Paddington. "I love them," he said. "Thank you, little bear. You have helped me to understand what Christmas is really about. Merry Christmas." "Goodbye, Mr. Claus," said Paddington, and he raised his head. "Merry Christmas."